Hi, everybody. It's Adam Savage in my cave. And the reason for the weird framing is because this behind me, Han and Carbonite, is one of the world's great movie props. It's so perfectly executed. It's so evocative. I remember being shocked in 1980. I was all of 13 years old. And this is my rebuild of one of the replicas. Back in the day, a company called Elusive Replicas had castings from the original and made some fiberglass executions of Han and Carbonite. And one of them hung here for a decade here in my cave. And then a couple of years ago, my friend Todd Blatt, who makes he actually injects and molds a new version of the old Volvo dashboard that are the 8 panels on the sides of Han and Carbonite. And he makes a rebuild kit that includes a whole sled, and you put your Han in it. And I cut my Han out of the Elusive Concepts Han and Carbonite, and I put it in my Todd Blatt Han and Carbonite, or Todd Blatt Adam Savage Han and Carbonite. And there she is. I'm really, really happy with this. There's a link to this build in the description. But the reason I'm going over this territory again is because when I cut Han out of that Elusive Concepts shell, I ended up with an extra shell. Now, obviously, you clicked on the video. You know I'm going to make Adam and Carbonite. I'm going to do that in here. I'm going to do this with help from my friends at FBFX out of London. We have covered them many times before. We'll include a link to some of the videos we've done in their beautiful shop in the description. They make so many beautiful superhero suits, Star Wars costumes, space suits from many of my favorite movies, including The Martian, Prometheus, Covenant. FBFX are world-class costume and model makers. And the last time I was there, we mentioned that we wanted to do this, and they did some scans of me specifically to make an Adam and Carbonite. And then you'll see as this unfolds, they kind of built me an Adam Savage and Carbonite kit, which is crazy. It's going to make this really, really fun. Oh, it's just the hands.
Exactly.
Okay, you don't have to show me, just guide me.
Lower the hands. That's pretty good. And your right hand, it's the index finger that curls, not
Oh, that makes me so happy. Freaking awesome. Great. What I look like versus what I think I look like. That's awesome. All right, so I have my railing pieces set out, the internal shelf that my Han and Carbonite will rest upon. The next step is for me to make a big, wide, flat sheet that fits this hole exactly. So I'm about to do that. All right, so I have test fit in a border around here that will go on the inside of this frame, and I will glue it in with some epoxy adhesive. And then I am actually, this piece is the piece that will drop in, but it needs to be carefully glued together first. There we go. that is some good fitment. I'm pleased with that. All right. Well, that leaves. Did I? No, I didn't. Did I? Maybe I didn't. It's impossible. I took my own piece and cut it to me. Nope. Great. So, this one. Dude, I'm so happy. Hang on. Let's just roll that up. Great. That's fantastic. This thing has a pot life of about an hour, so I think that's what I'm gonna let it sit for. Bringing raw tape. I did. Let's yeah, just gotta do this on the floor. It's a little low to the ground kind of moment. All right, copy that. Oh, these are my shoes. There's one. Oh, no, that's right. Go. All right. Moving right along. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then voila, c'est moi. Oh, urethane foam. Oh, they're very smart. They're very, very smart. All right, so. This is amazing. Right, so, yeah. Incredible. This is not as heroic as I was hoping. Oh. So I have placed the parts. I've placed the parts of me down on this. So what they've done is they've actually added some depth to the carving, which means that what I can do is they've given me a rough template about how this stuff lays out. Whew. Do we have to look at me like that? Maybe just like that is a little better. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna pull the template out of there and trace exactly what I've got here on the body, and then I'm gonna work out the hands. The feet are the easiest part, but the body and the head have to be cut out very precisely. Yes, they do. Okay, so the arms are the hardest part to get right. Look at these beautiful, look at these. I wanna ask them for a second set of prints. This is a resin print. This is just, how many copies of my hands do I have? A lot. FBFX. Yeah, this is the reason they do. The insane quality of this makes it clear why it's like a back rub. Makes it really clear why FBFX is at the top of their damn field, man. I just can't believe it. Hold on, I gotta take a selfie and send it out. The inner rail is set really nicely, by the way. I make a lot of noise about how I don't love glues here. Hold on just a second. I think it's the worst solution for any problem unless it's the only solution for a given problem. In this case, I have a fiberglass frame that I've got to attach wood to. I could do that with countersunk bolts, but then I am filling and covering all those countersunk bolts all the way around the perimeter. That just will not do. And then a friend of mine in the effects industry at one of the big houses that makes props and sets and animatronics all the time, that one of their favorites is Plexus MA310, which I found has a fabulously short pot life. And I'm really impressed with how it's laid down here. Seriously impressed. You see, I've pulled off all the clamps and I am about to lay the cutout of me on top of that so that I can jigsaw. This is without a doubt the best stand for me to jigsaw out the outline of myself. And so that's what I'm about to do. I'm giving you a better angle on the situation. Those are some big shoes to fill. Huh. All right, let's see how we can do here. Right. Okay, so what we've got is our average depth below here. It is 8. 8 in general. Minus 1. 7. Let's try that. Oh, yeah, I think I can secure that. Let's see. Bed. All right, I think it's time. Oh, right. Let's also see if I can do this. Good. Ha! Ha ha! So, do I really only have one more of these? Okay, I better make it last. Well, as you can see, I've laid down for a winter's nap here. It's time for a show of hands. Oh. Why am I doing that? I'm sorry. They very graciously gave me more hands than I need. I'm really just blown away by this. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to slice these on the bandsaw. So it's going to be like... All right, so I cut this on the bandsaw and then I flattened it out. Ooh, nice on my disc sander. I feel like that's looking pretty good. This one looks like across there. All right. We're doing very good here. And I'm about to... Yeah. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna do an initial securing of this. Just with some, we're just tacking it for making it stable. All right, I think I've done enough nutty stapling there. I have some Tap Plastics epoxy resin here, but it's 5 years old, so I'm mixing up a batch before I apply it just to see if it gets exothermic and actually sets. So hi. Well, me and carbonate has dried overnight. My epoxy resin still functions, which is great. The next step is to add the texture. There's texture all over this, and then there's some it looks like he's in molten metal. I got to add a bunch of that texture that's there in the original. And I'm going to do that with some Bondo filler putty. But I can't add the texture until I can see it. And right now, it's hard to see. There's too many different colors. So I'm actually going to hit this entire thing with gray, primer gray. And then we'll be able to see it, and then I'll be able to modify it. There you go. I can really see him. And I can see me. It's not flattering. I'm finding that kind of hilarious. So I'm going to lay me down again onto apple boxes. And this is something I thought it was worth talking about. So this is an apple box. An apple box is literally like, it is one of the most important parts of a film set. And on a film set, as you could imagine, the orientation of an apple box matters because it has 3 different orientations, from the flattest to the highest and one in between. So how on a film set do you communicate quickly what orientation you want for your apple box or the apple box someone else is about to put down? And the answer is great. The 3 modes are named after 3 cities: Los Angeles, Chicago, New York. And so you say, hey, can you set up 2 apple boxes for me, New York? That means upright. If you say it's Chicago, it means there. And if you say Los Angeles, it's there. That's because Los Angeles has lower buildings, Chicago has medium-sized buildings, and New York are the tall ones. I know, there are buildings in Chicago taller than buildings in New York. That doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm setting up 2 of these on New York. And I'm gonna put me down on here and gonna start to do the Bondo work. All right. I'm very happy with how the gray looks. And I'm about to go over this with the aluminum, which is Alumoluster. This is a super shiny, beautiful paint color made by Imperial Surfaces. Is that them? Yes. And they sent me this. This is Mandalorian armor color. It's a great paint. If you want the super glossy shine, you should be going over the glossy black. Like that's the protocol. You want a glossy chrome, you go over a glossy black. I don't want a glossy chrome. That's not carbonite. I want a slightly more muted one, and that's why I'm going with the high volume, low pressure sprayer, HVLP. I've got my respirator, I've got my Alumoluster, and I'm gonna give this a couple of coats. It should be more muted than a nice chrome shine. And then I'm gonna go over it with this 2K sealer. Then it'll be time for the final paint. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit, and then I'm gonna hit it with the clear coat. That is a shiny, shiny, shiny coat. So we have me and carbonite. I should bring a pretty price on the open market. Yes. So I'm about to hit this with a black wash. I've got a somewhere here. I've got a cup full of some gloss acrylic medium, some black acrylic, and some water, and a tiny bit of burnt umber. And we're just gonna slather this thing. We're gonna really let it rip. There we go. So we'll get this on. Again, as I said, at this point, I'm sure that I am messing this paint job up. It doesn't matter that I've done this so many times. I'm so sure I'm screwing this up. The thing is that even if this acrylic dries out here, I can get it back off. I've got a clear coat between it and the other paint job in silver, and it just means that I've got a lot of room to screw up. If I do get too much paint on this lower part, I literally will just take some isopropyl alcohol and it'll start to pull it off. And frankly, all my favorite paint jobs, they're always the paint jobs that I end up with trying to pull off the paint job I'm sure I've screwed the pooch on. All right. Square footage, man. It's diabolical. All right. Let's start to take this back off. I am really pleased with how this came out. The sculpt that FBFX did is great. The silver is good. I got a little bit of fluid coming out of the mouth like the real one, and then I augmented that with a little paint. That looks great. This paint job I'm really happy with. It's over. It's too much. But that's fine because it's an acrylic pass, and as it dries, it's going to gentle itself a little bit. It gentles its condition, and then I'll hit it with something to take it down even further. I may even give it a spritz, and then I'm actually going to mask this off and paint the rest of this part. Yeah. I'm going to finish this up late tomorrow because I don't have enough time today. Today I'm going to mask off and do the final outline painting on my Abe Carbonite. So here we go. That's it. One whole roll of masking tape takes to cover one atom. Here we go. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we went and got. Oh, I love this part. Christmas. Christmas. Yeah! Oh, yeah! Yes, I think. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how it came out. I like the frame. I may have said this already in the video, but I was thinking that this guy, that I would go over into the tested offices and hang over there because I thought everyone should have a Han and carbonite, even if it's only an atom and carbonite. And then I realized, of course, no, this is only funny. This is at its funniest if it's hanging right next to Han, which actually it's got to hang on. Yeah, I'm going to have to move the model of my childhood home and push away the World's End and the Time Bandits map. And then we'll get me going up on that wall. But atom and carbonite, man, look at that. I'm so pleased. I love you. I know. I forgot the one last thing, which was to put glasses on. My friends at FBFX grew me a pair of my own glasses, 3D printed in resin. And I just trimmed them down. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching that video. Your support allows us to make more of this great content. If you'd like to help us on a deeper level even, head over to tested-store.com because we've got stickers. Who doesn't love stickers? Our anime-inspired Tested logo in Japanese. Follow the process, not the plan. It's not a process. It's not a problem to solve, it's a process to manage. Other aphorisms that have come from my mouth. And we have just made a full set of our demerit badges in sticker form. So you can cover your toolbox with all of your screw-ups and celebrate it with other makers. Thank you guys so much. See you next time.